let's look at the second part of this assignment. Take a deep breath. Yes, you're writing, but we've been practicing this, and I think that you might even surprise yourself with how well you write. So I want you to pick a topic sentence, and I gave you 3. Then we're going to complete the paragraph, and we will use transition words, and we will end with a conclusion sentence. So I broke it down into these sections. So our first section is to highlight the topic sentence and then fill in these blanks so that the sentence is complete. So which would you rather write about? A is, I prefer blank season to blank season. Do you prefer fall to winter, or do you prefer summer to fall? Why? Maybe the season you prefer is baseball season to football season. I don't know. So you tell me. B, blank type of music is better than blank because why? This one, I think this one's a fun one. And then food. Let's talk about food. So do you prefer blank type of food to blank type of food? Why? So I'm going to take B, and I'm going to show you how I take this topic sentence and I complete it. So I took this and I wrote this, that classic rock is better than current popular music because the classic rock artists actually played their instruments. So this is my paragraph. You can disagree with me. That's totally fine. But I'm going to explain in my paragraph why I think classic rock musicians are better than current artists. Okay. So that's number 1. Take a second right now and you pick which one you want to do. So highlight it, fill it in. Maybe I prefer spring to fall. Or maybe you just want to rewrite it. I think spring is the best season of all because ... What type of music do you like? What's it better than? Everybody else's. Or the food. So pick it. I'm going to show you what I did for the next 2 sections. So I need to explain my topic sentence now. And I need to explain using transition words. And we're using a compare and contrast style in this paragraph. I also want you to underline your transitions. You do not have to have a transition word in every sentence. You could, though, but you could. But you need to have them. And then we will look at the conclusion sentence. So 6 is my topic sentence, and it is that classic rock is better than current popular music because the classic rock artists actually played their instruments. And here's my transition words. For example, take the classic rock band Queen and the current pop artist Kesha. So this is what I'm doing is, if you're going to say that your rock music is better than country, you should be able to pick a band or pick a song or something like that to prove your point. If you're talking about types of foods, you should be able to say that your tamales are better than, I don't know, a burger. Okay? So you need to have an example that explains why you think it's better. So that's my first step, is that I picked my compare and contrast. So I picked my 2 things. The band Queen has created multiple memorable albums, and each member of the band played an instrument or sang. Their songs like We Will Rock You are so good, they're still played at sporting events today. On the other hand, this is a great phrase for contrasting. The current popular artist Kesha does not play any instruments. And her voice is auto-tuned, so she sounds terrible live. Yes, I'm throwing shade at Kesha. Yes, I have listened to Kesha. Yes, she's not, I guess, the worst person ever. But just for the point of my paragraph, I'm going to rip on her a little bit, okay? So, I'm saying that Queen is better than Kesha. And I'm using phrases like on the other hand to show my point. And then here's this one. So while both of them have sold many records and performed live, there is something magical about a group who can create music from their own hands rather than rely on computers for their talent. So I'm using phrases like both and rather than and on the other hand, and even does not. So even things like does and does not, these are showing that there's differences. Now my conclusion is going to summarize what I've said, and I'm going to wrap it up. You could call the reader to think about something or to do something, but I'm really just leaving it at a summary. I do enjoy some current music, but I still prefer listening to artists who perform with live music rather than canned background music. If I wanted to write a call to action, I could say, I challenge you the next time you listen to current music to see if you can recognize anyone who is singing without auto-tune. I know there are people, but I'm saying this is one way that you could have issued a challenge to your reader, a call to action. Okay. So this is my paragraph. If I put it all together and I take away all the spaces, it would look like this. And that's a fine little paragraph right here. You don't have to take away the spaces. I'm not worried about that. What I am looking for is, can you use transition words? And can you use transition words that focus on comparing and contrasting, like similarly and both and all and neither and on the other hand? So this is available as a resource. You have my example at the bottom. We also have in my slideshow, there's slides that show transition words as well. And so this is available as well, like similarly, different, both, neither, but, although, while, even so. You can Google them too. You can Google compare and contrast transition words, and you're going to get a bunch. Okay? So this is where we're wrapping up today. Is I think you should be able to get at least a couple of supporting sentences in. Maybe you need to save some of it for Wednesday. Wednesdays are a great day to do some work. But at the very least, you should be ending right now with having your transitions highlighted and deciding what your topic sentence is. So at the very least, this is where you need to be, is decide your topic sentence. And then you have Wednesday to be able to work on that. If you need help, yes, you can reach out to me, but the reality is write something. It is far easier for me to give you feedback if you write something. Like, don't worry about it being bad. It's fine. It's fine. Just write something down, and then we can work from there. When you don't write anything down, it's hard for me to know where you're getting stuck, or if you just haven't opened the document. So take a stab, try to write something down, and you have time to work on this, but we will be moving on in class.